Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best cordless phones.
Starting at number 5.
Panasonic KX TGK 222. As above, basically. When the KX TGK 222 phone is in its base station, they look like a tall white column, which is eye-catching and creative and a bit different. Until it rings, you wouldn't even know it was a phone. And then you separate phone from the base station to make a call, and it all falls apart, metaphorically speaking. The phone just feels a bit cheap and nasty, and the display is a bit meh. Setup is also quite fiddly.
Coming at number 4.
Gigaset C570. Everything I said about the previous Gigaset device is also true of this one, aside from the internet calling, but there's nothing really to make this one stand out. You get 17 hours talk time out of the batteries, which is alright, but aside from that it's a very standard phone. If you see it on sale, it's worth picking up, but as it stands you can pay less for a better phone.
At number 3.
Panasonic KX. What a pleasantly boring phone. It's not necessarily bad, but it fails to distinguish itself. A dull, average design which looks like a 2006 mobile phone in a glossy black. I am sick of saying this, tech manufacturers, stop making products in glossy black. I don't want to see fingerprints all over my gadgets. The one interesting feature of this phone is that it can announce who is calling if you've got their contact information saved in it. Ring ring, Jack is calling, ring ring, says this phone. Cute, but honestly, what kind of monster calls someone on a landline and doesn't immediately say who they are?
Number 2 of my list.
BT 4000 Big. As a phone specifically designed for older people, this one gets a lot of stuff right. It certainly lives up to its name with nice big buttons that should be easy to read for those with visual impairments. The text on the screen is also large enough to be easily legible, and the few menu buttons are self-explanatory enough. The handset is nice and chunky, but probably slightly heavier than most of the other devices on this list. Among the usual features, aside from one major omission that I'll get to in a minute, there's also compatibility with hearing aids, which should reduce background noise and make it easier to hear the person on the other end of the line. As I don't have a hearing aid, I wasn't able to test out this feature myself, so I asked my granny, who happens to use a hearing aid, and own this very phone. She said she thought it worked fine once someone set it up for her. And therein lies a problem. The instruction manual for the big button isn't great. It seems to have been written for people who are more well-versed in technology than this phone's target audience. In addition, some features of the phone aren't mentioned in the instructions at all, forcing users to go online to find out how to do certain things.
And number 1.
Panasonic KX TGK62. The truth is that no home phone is ever going to be mega exciting. We're not talking cutting-edge 4K TVs here. The design has hardly changed in the past 10 years, so you're looking for something that does the job at a friendly price. To my eyes, that product is the Panasonic KX TGK622, catchy name, isn't it? The handset itself is a nice size and light, so it feels good in the hand during long phone calls. The buttons are big enough for those with viewing difficulties to be able to see what they're doing. And the design is reasonably sleek, handset and base station slot together in a nice, ergonomic fashion. At 16 hours of talk time and 200 hours on standby, the battery life is standard, and the range of 100 mAh should be big enough for most homes.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.